Hey everyone, what is going on? This is Wilson, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about what some of the top fighters eat in order to boost their training, get their nutrition in. As we all know, nutrition is like the first step to greatness, right? Every fighter needs quality food in order to fuel their workouts, get stronger, build their muscles, and of course, every fighter has their own preference when it comes to food, and more importantly, depending on the situation before the fight, if they're weight cutting, they might be on a different diet, right? They might be on a way stricter diet. If they're just training, they might be on a performance diet. And if they're looking to, add on weight for another weight class, then they will be on another diet. Now, when I was training in China and I trained with some of the Sanshou teams, the Chinese fighters, they would eat anything. But in America, it's totally different, right? They People are very strict on what's healthy for them, what actually provides like enough nutrition to fuel the workouts and what makes them feel great. People are more picky over here, and there's a lot of weight cutting going on over here, right? So I'm going to start off with Conor McGregor's diet. So Conor McGregor believes in a more of a high fat, lower carb, uh, moderate amount protein type of diet. He is not a big fan of carbs. He believes if you do go for carbs, you should go for stuff that will fuel your body really well, such as roasted vegetables. He likes sweet potatoes. But looking at a simple daily plan, he would start off the day with water, coffee, or herbal tea. He'll do his morning warm ups, which includes jump rope, stretching, and some basic jogging in place. For breakfast, he likes to have something very simple like smoked salmon with two poached eggs, or use two slices of whole grain toast, complemented with mashed potatoes. I mean, not mashed potatoes, mashed avocados, adding tomatoes and mushroom as well to the eggs, making it a very higher fat, lower carb type of ketogenic type of diet to fuel his training for the day. So before lunch, he always likes to have a snack. And that snack will come in the form of either Greek yogurt or a handful of nuts. Now, Conor McGregor is also a huge fan of protein, right? All fighters need protein in order to recover and rebuild muscles. So his favorite protein source is actually beef. So for lunch, Conor McGregor likes to have a really really big mixed green salad, as you can see in the photo right here, and he likes to add as many variety of vegetables as he can, so he can get all the micronutrients coming in. In addition to that, he likes to season it with olive oil, and he's a big chocolate fan, so sometimes he likes to put a little bit of chocolate in the salad, which is quite weird in my opinion, but that's what he likes to do. So before training, he likes to have a glass of milk or a protein shake. Now, post training, he likes to add whey or some sort of protein powder shake in another glass of milk, and sometimes he will go for a fruit. Now, dinner is one of his biggest meal as well, and it goes back to more of a higher fat because he believes that higher fats will provide him with more energy, and he's more fat adapted. So he likes to go for something like a baked salmon with lemon, herbs, and olives. And the best side for him at a dinner, since he likes to eat lower carbs at night, would be roasted vegetables. Or if he's feeling it, after a hard day, he will go for wild or whole grain rice. Now, before he sleeps, everybody needs that bedtime dessert. His favorite is actually not some sort of solid food. All he likes is just having a peppermint tea or just drinking a cup of water before he heads over to bed. Moving on to the next fighter is TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw adapts a very similar type of diet to Conor McGregor, which is pretty much high fat, lower carbs, moderate protein. But he considers his diet as more of a secret diet and doesn't really like to give out specific information on what he eats. But after doing more and more research, I found that he mentioned that he will usually have three main meals and three snacks throughout the day. So he says that um, he tries to stay away from grain, sugar, and processed foods. In the morning, I'll have an omelet with broccoli, spinach, cheese, and ham. And then he would say, I'll also have some fruits and drink a cold pressed juice. Snacks are usually protein bars, something from like Muscle Farm or Quest. And then for lunch, I'll do a salad with lots of greens, spinach, boiled egg, and chicken. I'll have some sort of fish or clean protein for dinner since I'm not eating carbs from breads, pasta, rice, or the amount of vegetables that I'm eating these days is unreal. So that's a big reason he uses supplements to get those macronutrients that he misses out from eating this high protein and high fat diet. Moving forward, let's share one of the fighters that doesn't have a more of a ketogenic type of low carb diet. This fighter is very well known for being vegan, and that's Nate Diaz. In the interview that I found online, Diaz talked about how vegan was helping him fuel all his workout, being vegan in general. He was saying that not just that it fuels the workouts, he would like to go a whole month only eating stuff like raw vegetables, carrots, um, just to prepare for his fights. Now, that to me sounds pretty brutal. I don't think I can digest like all those raw vegetables every single day, but he does it, and he says that after the fight, it actually messes him up even more because he's so adapted to this type of vegan diet, and he's already more like into the habit of eating uh, the vegan style. But if you take a quick look at this clip, this interview clip, he will explain more in details on how he feels about this diet.
You are a really healthy guy. Are you still vegan?
I'm not 100% vegan. I eat eggs. And I do weird stuff. Like I eat a little bit of fish from time to time, but I try not to. But when I train for fights, I'm pretty much on an all raw vegan diet.
Eat your vegetables.
And then what happens was I fight. I cut meat out for about a month. I'd take the fight. I come home and I eat some meat. Like, all right, it's time to, and then it would really mess me up. Because my body was not used to it. Like, it wasn't like something like, oh, I hate meat, or anything like that. It was like, I'm gonna cut it out for this competition. And then when I put it back on, my body was already used to not having it in there. So it didn't sit well with me. And then as I went, it happened with the dairy, the cheese and the stuff. And then I cut that out. I think if it's gonna make me feel like that, I don't even need this in my life. So I don't crave for it or nothing. I haven't since I was 18 years old.
That vegan diet definitely sounded pretty brutal. But anyways, that pretty much sums it up for this video. Of course, not every single fighter is on a ketogenic or a vegan type of diet. We've seen there's fighters that eat quite a ton. Like if you look at Jon Jones, he's known for just devouring 3 plates of beans as his carb source. So there are fighters that like to eat a very high carb type of diet as well, but it pretty much goes down to preference. But after doing more and more research, I realized that I would say 80% of the fighters do like to adapt a more of a flexible type of diet where they have mainly higher fats and lower carbs, or at least they try to avoid starches, such as Cody Garbrandt. He is somebody that likes to eat a very similar diet to Conor McGregor, a more of a paleo ketogenic type of diet. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are looking for more highlights on MMA, looking for more video updates, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. You can always follow me tweeting about MMA and combat sports in general on Twitter @iswilson8. Thank you.